2009, this idea of service-oriented architecture, the coining of the phrase, the level of market interest around service orientation, now is a good 5 to 6 years old in terms of where we've come from, where we are today. Obviously, these ideas have been around for many decades. Businesses have always wanted to operate in the context of their business processes and not be dictated to by the information technology assets that support those processes. It's the whole idea of service orientation is that the process is in charge, and in that sense, the customer's business is in charge. And the technology then serves and supports the needs and requirements of the business. And if you can make things more modular, if you can connect them effectively, if you can make them adaptable, make them reusable, you realize greater operational efficiency. You improve your economics as a company because you're achieving levels of functional reuse at the service level around your processes that you were unable to achieve before. And so not only is there a return on investment in terms of making your business operate with greater efficiency and smoothness, but then the ongoing deployment of new function, new capability, really then becomes a hybrid of the reuse of existing services and the appropriate additional services that you might add as your business extends and changes. We've been on this journey now for quite a few years. We could certainly look back historically and see some of the, if you will, the antecedent technologies associated with basic movement of data and messaging and so on. But during this decade, the sophistication of compute infrastructure, high bandwidth telecommunications, and the growing sophistication of middleware technologies, all these things have contributed to make service-oriented architecture the architecture that businesses around the world are following. And this is and will remain, as we look out into the future, the popular approach and technique for doing application integration, process integration for businesses, because it just makes logical sense. It's the smart way to go about doing things versus doing them in more challenging, difficult, heavy lifting, hard wiring, point-to-point kinds of approaches of past eras. If we now look forward and look ahead to where all this is taking us, besides the classical inside the firewall, back office, business process automation and integration that's made possible around this idea of service-oriented architecture, taking advantage of what we were talking about in the main tent in terms of the ever-lowering cost of microprocessor technology, the ability to put intelligence in everyday things, and therefore make them monitorable, instrumentable, and understandable. The use of radio frequency ID for tracking things. The ability to connect all of these remote devices and sensors and so on across a high bandwidth backbone to collect information and then use the power of today's compute server platforms and analytic software tools to be able to bring together all that information, understand what it's telling you, and make more informed decisions on how to make better use of physical world assets and things that you would see as remote from a process perspective from the classical IT, central IT deployment environment. And we're seeing this in the transportation industry. We're seeing this in the power and electrical generation industry, water utilities, all kinds of industries that have a physical world characteristic associated with them. And you're dealing with aspects of time and space and trying to make things operate more efficiently and more effectively. The replacement value of the world's infrastructure is measured in the many tens of trillions of dollars. It's inconceivable that we can throw all that out and start again. We have to, in a sense, repair, modernize, renovate, and make more useful and more valuable the physical world assets that make up the infrastructure of this planet. And we have to do that because we can't afford to replace these things. We have to do it because, frankly, to not do it implies a waste of resource and the negative implications it has on the environment that we all live in. The good news is that these same ideas of service orientation can be applied to almost anything. You know, I can look at a railroad car in the context of a service element. You know, where is it? What's its current state of behavior? Is it moving or is it stationary? Are the wheels round or are the wheels getting worn down? Should I bring it in for maintenance or keep it going? And am I using it efficiently and effectively? Simple ideas can be applied over and over and over again to make everyday elements of our infrastructure smarter and therefore more efficient and more effective. And that's what really Smarter Planet is all about. It's capturing the concepts and ideas around service orientation. It's combining it with today's low-cost instrumentation capability, leveraging high bandwidth mobile communications, and then taking advantage of all the server capacity and analytic know-how that we have in order to effectively optimize the world's infrastructure and the world's resources. And we think actually this is something that represents an opportunity for information technology that extends beyond what you would view as the traditional estimates and measures of what the opportunity for IT is going forward. I think one of the amazing things about information technology as a tool is that it has the ability as a tool, when properly applied, to create new markets and new opportunities for itself, for IT. And so rather than just simply looking backwards at the way in which we've always used information technology and assuming that with slow economic growth and the fiscal challenges that we're facing, that we're in an IT environment that lacks in underlying fundamental growth characteristics. Instead, if you look beyond, you look to these non-traditional uses of IT, you see that this is a market that could be dramatically larger than any estimate out of the analytic firms that look at the industry, with potential to use IT in ways that no one would have predicted a year ago or perhaps even this year. And it's one of the things I think that bodes for a very bright future for information technology investment and a return to real growth in information technology country by country around the world.